Hello. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Oh, a bit sparkly. Sparkly around there. Got me trendy Gymshark t-shirt on that the missus bought me in the summer. Evening, somebody on YouTube. Oh, hang on. Got to warm myself up like old Tony Robbins. Get a bit of energy. Get a bit of energy going. Evening. Evening. Oh, my hands are freezing. Welcome to the Old Duncan Trail Community Boozer. Yes. So me and the guys get together, have a bit of a chat about plastering. I'm a bit getting my microphone on. Plastering and anything plastering related. Or just chat, have a good old chat about the week, about the weather, about going to Edinburgh, hey mate, woohoo, stuff like that. Yeah, that's it, that's what he does. Hello. Just wait for some of the boys and the girls to get their cups of tea or their beer, and I've got mine. I'm having a bit of strongbow, bit of cider this evening. What's it on there? Wobgort, oh, my favourite. Cheers. Hello, hello. Is there anybody there? Sorry, Mike. Right in my way there, mate. You and Martin. Hey, Ricky. Evening, mate. Your back's not too hot against the fire there, bruv. How the devil are you? Can you hear me loud and clear? Is everything as it should be? I love that picture of Joe. He put it up, not me. Mark, hey, evening, mate. It's a wonderful, wonderful day to be alive. The sun, well, in London anyway, the sun was shining. It was still bleeding freezing, but it was a lovely sunny day. All day it was sunny, but colder than it was yesterday when it was cloudy, but it was warmer. But I don't know which I prefer. A bit of sunshine and blue sky does make you feel better, doesn't it? At the end of the day, or at the beginning of the day, and through the day. For those that hadn't noticed, look, I've had a haircut. I've had my old tram line put in. I have one this side as well, but you can't see that. But sometimes I have it like, ooh. But the missus complains I look too much like Tintin, so yes, I'll just do it all one way like that. Dear. Jamie, hello mate. Dog keeps smelling his pits. Dog keeps smelling his pits. Oh, what, my dog? This one. I'm smelling mine. Oh, hello. Look at that. It's still sticky. Not sticky. Still. Yeah. You can see where I put me rollable deo on. How's the weather in these different parts of the country then, boys? Was it sunny where you were today? Mark? Rick? Jamie? Was it sunny today, mate, where you are? Is it nice and warm? Is everybody at work today? I went to work today. That makes a change, doesn't it, eh? That's Monday, but I need tomorrow off now just to recover from working all day. Saying that, I did manage to finish at 3 o'clock, which was nice. But then I cleaned out the kitchen, and I got home and I could have sworn I emptied the kitchen right out, and then my customer sent me a picture of me 3 speed skims leaning up against the kitchen wall. So, but fortunately, evening Mike, yeah, but fortunately it's just around the corner from me, so that's why I managed to get home early too, which was good for tonight. I kind of thought this morning I'd hopefully be home in plenty of time, and even last night I was in quite a good mood, just for a bit of this. Always sunny in Scotland, Jamie. That's why I'm relying on that, especially when we go up there, mate. All together. I think there might be a few more of us this year, the way people seem to be taking an interest in the. Hang on, I took a look at this, our usual kind of like. Oh, where's it gone? Hang on. Yeah. Oh, lovely. Look at that. Ah, takes me back, sitting in that bunker. When the innocent. What is it? Innocent Gwyn? Can't remember. Oh dear. Yeah, looking forward to it, boys and girls. Looking forward to it. Right, where was I? Mark, sunny morning, rain this afternoon. Never mind, mate. You're indoors anyway, Mark, aren't you? At the minute, you're not rendering outside, are you? Mike's smart. They're smart. Me guide in McDonald's. Oh dear. Are you going to be all right not working for that little bit of time away there, Mike? Because I know you like to fit you. Don't like to lose too many days on not going to work. I don't know how you do it, mate. I really don't. Cheers. Rick, cool and sunny today. Lovely day for it. Yeah, it was a lovely day for being indoors and just looking through the window and plastering inside. A fairly warm house. Well, it was warm when the sun came out. First thing this morning, because I was up at 5:30 this morning, making the missus a cup of tea. Because the day she goes to work, I've told you before, she gets up really early, or I get up even earlier to make us a coffee. And I know Mike's missus does as well. And he's up, but I think that's about 5:30 every day for Mike, which is, I think, why he just thinks I might as well go to work, including Saturdays and or Sundays. Because he likes a challenge, and most of your jobs are challenges, mate. Let's be honest. What with that roofer fella and Mr. Blimmin' Foamer and oh dear. But that's probably why you're always so busy, mate. Because people go, well, God, look at the state of that. Oh, I know a guy that'll come and sort it out. Good old Mike. Good old Mikey. Mark's skimming at the moment. Oh, nice, mate. Nice, yeah, nice bit of because it is, yeah. I think quite a lot of your places, Mark, I don't even know if they've got windows in, have they? Which can be a bit drafty, if you haven't. What should we talk about this evening, boys and girls? Someone's got to look after you, mate. Your wife's on half term. Oh, yeah, of course, half term today, isn't it? Oh, you know, speaking of half term, my youngest daughter, that's a teacher, and had a few issues with her car. I've told you, but it broke down miles away, and I got it fixed. Ended up spending about 700 quid on it, which is about what the car would be worth if I tried to sell it, and an old Fiesta. And I finished this job sort of early today, and she rang me, and I thought, oh, because I'm always get a bit worried if she rings me in the afternoon, and. I said, oh, you're right, babe. And she said, well, I've got a bit of a problem, Dan. Oh, no, what's the matter now? And because the car is currently not running again, and because we're waiting for a guy to come with a part to fix it, where she's parked it, where she lives, the old council are coming to trim all the trees, and her hubby's working away at the minute, so she's at home on her own, and she needed to push the car because you couldn't drive it, to get it out of the way of where the council are going to be chopping down trees tomorrow. So I shot over there after work, and we quickly did that. So good old Dad to the rescue once again. Thank you. The joys of parenthood. Even once they've married and moved away. Ah, dear. What I need to know, boys and girls, is with music, because I get this on something, when I listen to Ant Parry's channel, because he more or less uses the same music all the time for his videos, initially I thought, oh, you get fed up with that, But I've got used to it, and then when I hear it, it just feels like, oh yeah, it's Anthony Parry video, because he got so used to the music that he does with them. And I'm thinking of things like Ask the Plasterer. This soundtrack that I've got that I always get a copyright claim on for the Beer song. That you think, oh, it'd be nice if you just changed the background music to something completely different or slightly different. Or is it alright being the same? You think, oh yep, that's Ask the Plasterer down the pub, community boozer music. What do you reckon? Should I change the music? Not tonight, obviously, but should I change the music or just leave it as it is? Oh, Mark, hello mate, nice to see you. Thanks for the screen post the other day. Yeah, no worries, mate. No worries. Well, it's quality stuff, mate. It's quality stuff. I like it. It's nice and wide, nice and sticky. It does the job, mate. It does the job. And I don't know if you're keeping it at that price, mate, but currently that's a good price for the gear compared to the other blooming stuff, those other scrims that you can get. But yeah, always a pleasure, mate. Always a pleasure. Ooh. Oh. I'll tell you what, Mark. I want to know when I can get the old Easy Mix additives over the counter at B&Q. That would be good. I don't know about is that really complicated to get that to happen with them? Is it about distribution or whether or not they'll stick it on shelves? Oh, I don't normally have more people on Facebook than I do on watching on YouTube. But I have this evening. That might quickly be changing. Hopefully soon with B&Q. Watch this space. Will do, mate. Yeah, because I'm more or less get all my stuff in B&Q. So it'd be nice if when the other guys that use B&Q for a lot of plaster, if you can get in there and just go, oh yeah, I need a box of half time or extra time. Go down the treat. Thank you very much. So, boys and girls, was that like? Should I just leave this pub music the same every fortnight, or should I change it for something else? Come on, it's not a difficult question. Well, I missed Joel's live on Wednesday. I missed Stuart's live on catch up on me mentoring on Thursday. What am I like? Oh, alright, Mark, that'll do. As soon as you're the only one that starts with me, mate, then that's it. This music stays. It makes you feel at home, mate. Makes me feel at home. I like it. At least if you just heard the music and I didn't talk at all, you'd know it was Ask the Plasterer, wouldn't you? If you couldn't see. If your telly went black for some reason. Got my phone plugged in again. If anyone wanted to ring in later on. Let's see if it is working or not. Dear. Yeah, I put a few more bits up here in the corner for Joel and Stu. Did you listen to Stu on Fixed Radio the other day? That was a good old chat. Stu's been on there a few times now. He's talking to old Chris Frederidiani, or however you pronounce it. Ooh. Oh. You got your log burner on, Mark? I could tell by the crackling of the fire. Ah, lovely, mate. Crackling fire, crackling fire. Nice bit of Irish banter in the background. Ah, friendly faces. Me dog. All right, boy. Good lad. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Oh. And Mike's still got me cat on his shoulder. Oh, what was George doing on there? What was George talking about, mate, on Fix? I didn't think he would be brave enough to go on the old radio, mate. Was he chatting just in general, or did he ring into what's his name's show? Clive? It's Clive, isn't it? Clive something. Can you tell I've not been listening to Fix lately? Apart from things like that. Yeah. The Bold Builders. Prices in different parts of the UK. Oh, okay, mate. Was he talking to Chris, or was he just like ringing it into one of the shows? Clive Holland. That's it, isn't it? Clive Holland. If anyone's tuning in that's not been here before, I'm Ask the Plasterer. I'm not Ask the Plasterer. I'm Eric the Plasterer. This is Ask the Plasterer. You can ask many plastering related questions because I've been plastering in South London for the last 38 years, and this is the community boozer, the Old Hawken Trail, or the Old Hambledon Trail if you're from further up north. And yeah, me and the guys just come here for a bit of a chat on every other, well, when I'm on schedule, every other Monday from 7 o'clock to about 8:30. If there's more than just me here for a little chat, put our feet up, have a beer, have a cup of tea, have a glass of milk, whatever takes you fancy, and yeah, just chew the fat about anything really. Because sometimes just talking about plastering can get a bit boring. But as I had up here earlier, hang on, just pop it up again. I've had the little picture there. Don't forget, boys and girls, if you haven't kind of like put your name down or let us know you're coming along to the Great Spreads Meet Up Plasterers Convention in Edinburgh, 20th of May onwards. Most of us going for 4 days, 5 days, 2024, and it's creeping up fast, I'm pleased to say. So that's the old bunker where we were last time. Well, in one of the pubs where we did a live stream from, which was great. I'm really looking forward to it. Swayze, hello mate. I thought you'd given up plastering and I'd moved to another country where they don't have the internet. Nice to see you, mate. Yeah, things are good. Can't complain. Yeah, work's ticking over. I've been busier January and coming into February this year, busier than I was this time last year. They say it varies from year to year, and it's so difficult to tell. But none of us like January really, apart from the guys that have managed to get January booked up when they were still in December. But I have noticed quite a lot of that work when it is booked in is like exterior stuff, which well, yeah, it's a lot of it's just, well, as you guys know, I'm not keen on exteriors, and with the old weather, doing it when it's not the summer, yeah, it's just not my. If people do make inquiries to me, then I do sort of say, well, yeah, you know, if you're planning to do it in the summer, then we could be talking okay, but yeah, no, not in the winter. I don't want to have to put frostproof in me sand and cement or whatever. Talking to Chris and Bradley. Is that Bradley on Chris's show all the time now then, mate? There just used to be Chris on his own, didn't it? That's how I haven't been listening recently. When I do, like most people, I like Clive Holland's show, like the plastering show. Also, I like the old Chippy show with old what's his face. Oh, blimey. Come on out. Yep, no, the old... I'm doing me typical. Can't remember the geezer's name. Even though I do know it. Really good chippy. Did some work for me 20 years ago. Not plastering much now, working with a block layer for a while. Oh, fair enough, mate. What, laying blocks or knocking up his gear? Or a bit of both? To be honest with you, mate, I think plastering's got to be easier than block laying. I mean, the thermalite blocks, yeah, lovely. Concrete blocks, God dear. I don't know if you've ever tried laying any amount of concrete blocks for the base of an extension or something like that. But oh, they're heavy. Even if you're big and strong. Oh, excuse me. Oh, the only trouble with cider, it is a little bit extra fizzy on the old burpee department. So apologies for that. Yeah, no, I read that already, mate. Swayze, you coming to Edinburgh? 20th of May this year with the rest of us. Eddie as well. He doesn't. I've asked Eddie a few times if he's got to come along, but he never says. He never replies. He never says yes or no. Oh, is the rugby still on? Or the football? Mostly labouring all concrete blocks. Oh, it can be heavy when wet. Oh, mate, yeah. Well, they're heavy. They're heavy when they're dry, so it must weigh a bloody ton when they're wet. Yeah, nah, never liked them. I mean, obviously, I don't do much block laying, not being a bricklayer. But on the occasions when I have, I just kind of think, oh, they're heavy. I wouldn't know how to get the gear right, so just the weight of putting another concrete block on top of the ones below didn't just squash all the stuff out. Because I mean, bricks and other blocks, thermalite blocks are light, aren't they? So as long as you've got a fairly stodgy mix, fine for a bit of bricklaying. Well, Mike's miler. But concrete blocks, that weight of them. Oh, nah. I'll get a professional in. But I haven't done it. Been involved with any building for years for the old extensions and stuff. I used to work with a mate of mine who was really good at reading plans and building stuff. And I'd help. Well, I'd just do what he told me, and then I'd do all the plastering at the end once the extension was built. Which reminds me, I must go and see my old mate Dave. Maybe certainly. Why is that? Why is that, Swayze? Are you too busy in May, mate? Too busy working? On holiday somewhere else? Come on, mate. What's your excuse? You think Scotland will be too cold in May? It was blooming lovely last year. Oh. Well, Pancake Day tomorrow as well, isn't it? I heard someone talking about that a few days ago, and I thought it's nowhere near Pancake Day yet, is it? But it is. Is that because Easter moves? Does Pancake Day move as well? I feel like we've just finished Christmas, got January out of the way, and suddenly it's like Pancake Day and Easter's on the way. Well, on the way, sort of. I looked at block laying job tonight, 140 blocks. What, not concrete ones though, mate, were they? Julian, hello Julian. Evening mate, quick one. Do you ever worry about scraping some of the old Artex ceilings back back in the day before they were made aware of the health and safety, in particular asbestos, same. Seems like everyone is boarding over them now just to be safe, although I'm sure we're guilty of taking the nibs. Concrete Mike, yeah. Oh, well, cool, Mike, yeah, cool. Swayze, I'm probably too busy. Can't be any colder than Donegal. That's true, mate. That's true. Pity, Swayze, it'd be nice to meet you, mate, in the flesh. Yeah, sorry, Julian. I used to scrape back Artex ceilings. I don't know if I did or didn't. No, I couldn't have known that there's a possibility. I know the asbestos that might be in any of them is the least dangerous and minute quantities. But yeah, I used to scrape it back, and some I'd scraped back in the past stunk a rotten egg. But that's, I think, because it had either actually turned the stuff, because turned Artex does stink like rotten egg. And I used to scrape back most of the time, mate. Even if it's, unless they've got huge peaks, if they've got huge peaks on them, then I suggest it gets overboarded. But I have done hundreds and hundreds of Artex ceilings, and I bond and skim them, and rarely, I've had a few issues, but for the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds I've done, I've never had any major problems. Yeah, and if they got some really big nibs on, but you can just knock a few tips off, I don't mind doing that with the mask on. But I don't scrape them like I used to. I used to get one of those decorator kind of scrape blades, and I used to give them a good old go over the whole ceiling, but without a mask or anything. So if there was any damage to be done, mate, it'd probably be done already. But yeah. Yeah, there's not. Yeah, there's some customers as well. Some potential customers. I looked at a job for them when I went round to their places. All their ceilings were back to the timbers, which made them easier for me to like do boarding. And they spent 150 quid getting it tested, and then they said, they obviously said to the people, you need to have them taken down because of the asbestos, and they spent couple of grand at least having these ceilings taken down, which I think is just chucking money away. Try to explain to most people, if the stuff isn't disturbed, or even like with proper asbestos, as long as it's not some deadly asbestos, and you're not smashing it up and breathing in the dust, then it's not gonna cause you a problem. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, so most ceilings, mate. Yeah, I don't scrape them. If they're too prickly, I board them over, and if they're not too prickly, then just a good coat of bonding. Because I don't like Kirk and quite a few other guys. They'll do a first mix of just finish, not magic mix or nothing like that. They'll put that on, let that go, and then when that's going, then they'll like bring it out with their second coat. But I just bond myself, only because I've done it for years and it works for me. PVA, give it a good cut of PVA, make sure it's fairly sound. Good cut of PVA, bond the whole thing out, give it a quick whiz over with me speed skim to make it nice and flat. Let that dry. As soon as that's like picked up enough, then I'll knock up my skim it, beautiful, job's done. Job's a good one, and yeah, I couldn't count how many I've done in the 38 years I've been a spread. But I probably, when it comes to spreading, I've probably a majority. Well, I could be wrong, but I think a majority of my plastering over those years has been plastering over Artex. Because I mean, mostly it's ceilings, isn't it? But so many jobs I've done in the past and one recently, where apart from the ceilings, it's all on the walls as well. You know, and people are scraping their elbows as they go up the stairs because previous people back in the 70s, when it was cheap and popular, you could go on a 1-day, 2-day course and learn out of Artex. Everybody used it, and yes, I just covered absolute tons of it. Like I said, it's like the old media walls. Media walls were a thing quite a few years back, and then they went out of fashion and they'll get ripped out. And all these media walls that people are having put in now, unless they've got huge rooms, when they realise they're just taking up more space than they want, or they've changed the gear that they put onto their media wall and their telly and all the rest of it, and they have them all ripped out again. But it's all more work for us, more work for the spreads. Donegal is the coldest place in Ireland. Is it, Mark? Is it colder than where you are? Oh dear. Hang on. Michael, no, Galway. Galway is colder, Mark, according to Michael. Oh dear. Mike, magic mix for me. No, all this mixing up a bit of bonding in, a bit of finish, and 50-50 and all that malarkey. I'd rather just skim the whole lot with thick skim, or 2 coats of blooming skim, or bond it and skim it. That mix a bit of don't mix it with half a bonding and half a finish, and what's the point? Bond it, skim it. Mark Montgomery, nice though, Mark. What's nice? Oh, Stu, evening mate. What's occurring? Nothing. I'm just waffling as usual. And the guys are just talking about plastering stuff. How to get over Artex. Whether we should board it, whether we should still scrape it. We briefly mentioned the most important thing this year, mate, which of course is this. So look at that. They're lovely smiling faces we got there. I'm really looking forward to it. Prior to that, I'm being a bit of a jet setter this year, because it's my oldest sister. She's 80. Can be 80 this year. She lives in Spain, and it's her birthday in March, beginning of March. But it's also my daughter's 30th, 1st of March. But I'm going to see my sister. So for like good old EasyJet, I think I'm flying out there with as many clothes as I can wear, because I'm not paying extra for a bloody bag. It's so much more money to take clothes with you. Oh dear. I think it's quite warm out there during the day. So, and then that's going to be sort of like March time, beginning of March, and then May I'll be jetting off again with you boys to or getting the train. Oh, which reminds me, as we're getting to February, the sort of bargain bucket tickets for train travel up to Edinburgh, up to Waverley, which is right outside the booking office, which is one of our favourite meeting up joints. Witherspoons, quite nice Witherspoons as it goes. Got quite nice food in there, and they've got the app. You can just sit down and like tap it in until someone brings you your burgers and stuff across, a nice beer or a nice cider full of ice, and just look forward to going back through the town. And the more often I go to Edinburgh, the more at home I feel there. And being there with the lads, so we can have a good time. Looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to my hostel bed. Yeah, that's all booked and paid for. So I'm just meant to be said do Michael Rogers anywhere in the Atlantic coast is cold, mate. Stu, evening Eric, mate, evening boys, evening my brother. Mark, nice day Mark, yeah, Stuart Roberts, what's occurring? Yeah. Mark on the girl. Have I arranged this backwards? Replying to Mark. Awesome scenery, you take it for granted, mate. Yeah, you do. I'm going to come to Ireland at some point, guys, because I've always wanted to go, and I've never have been. So I will be coming over at some point. What's that? I can stay with you. Fantastic. Obviously, I'll give you some money towards the whatever you spend money on. I'll come and stay with you, Mark. I'll bring you some Fireball, mate, as well, actually. Back onto me regular Brewdog Punk IPA. Lovely drop of ale. Richard, Falkirk, yeah, evening mate, nice to see ya. Joey, hey up gangster. Hey mate, see you later, I've got your pick up tonight. Whee! Spray the front of house in 2.5 hours, what's that, 2.5 hours. Stu, I'm very much looking forward to Edinburgh mate. I will put a promotional post up on TT soon. Yeah, lovely mate, lovely. Just let guys know, I know there's quite a few new guys that seem very keen, but we shall see when the time comes. So I'm looking forward to Joel, because Joel cannot back out of getting there. Now he's promised too many times he's definitely going to be there. So looking forward to seeing you there, Joel. Yes, Edinburgh, mate. Edinburgh, that lovely place. Here's another look. Oh, look at that bunker in that particular pub. The Rose something. Mark knows. What is it, Mark? The Rose something Rose, isn't it? Everybody knows my memory's shot to pieces. Yeah, oh man, lovely, Joe. Look forward to see you there, mate. Oh dear, it should be a good crack this year. It was nice getting the lay of the land last year, and yeah, just looking forward to it. Looking forward to drinking some lovely beer, seeing some lovely places, some nice scenery. The sun's going to come out again. The big man upstairs, he said, "Yep, don't you worry, boy. I thought you had some nice sunshine while you're there with lads." And Amber Rose, that's it, the Amber Rose's boozer. Well, this hang on, let me do that. This is one of the like bunker things they've got. But just as you come out the pub door, there's a little pathway before you get up some stairs, and there's two of these bunkers where you can sit and have a drink. They've got a TV on the wall there for those that want to watch football or stuff like that. And we did our live stream from there last year, and well, probably I don't see why I won't do another one this year. The reception was a little bit iffy, but it's all part of the excitement, all part of the adventure of the Great Spreads meetup. Oh, dear me. Oh. Stu, I've got a little wireless router to bring to make sure we've got internet for live. Yeah, if we can get a decent Wi-Fi there, mate, for doing a live stream, then it'd be all the better. I mean, if it could be a nice one, if we could get as crystal as this, mate, it would be anywhere near. Actually, would be amazing. But yeah, I can't lug all this gear to Edinburgh, sadly. Mark, replying to Mark Gomery, we're skimming onto the sand and cement. Get the sponge on it, mate. By the way, guy, I bought myself a sponge float, and I've had it now for about a month, I suppose. Still got the cardboard kind of thingy around it. Yeah, I haven't had to use it for any, not for, because I was going to mess about with on top of some skim. But I think I'll probably only get it out if I've got an emergency, for some reason, of something going off. But what's the chances? But if it does happen, I've got a sponge float now. But it's just brand new and I haven't used it. Hey James, hello mate. Are you and Richard coming this year to Edinburgh? Are you coming to Edinburgh, mate? Oop. Yeah. Do you remember this bunker, mate? Look, there you are. Look. Is that you or your brother? Could be either, mate. Could be either, couldn't it? Oh, there it is again in small. Nice to see you, James. You and your brother been busy, mate? You still both working together? You still surprising customers? I think it's just the cheapest sponge float that happens to be available in Where was I? B&Q. I can't even think because I bought it and then I just stuck it in me like tool bag, and I haven't really used it. I can't even remember what it's like. It looks half decent, but I'm not sure of the brand. I think it's only a Joe Blogs thing. I wouldn't spend a fortune on a sponge float, considering I never really sponge anything, or especially not internal finishes. You'll not need it, Eric. You have the much extra time in it, mate. That is true. I can't deny. I've been trying to ease off of keep putting, because I got so used to putting extra time in. Like if I've been doing one bag of finish, I'm going to put nothing in it, apart from speeding it up with some half time. Fantastic stuff as well. But every time I was knocking up 2, I was thinking, I better stick some extra time in that 2 bags because I don't want to be rushing. But a couple of times now I've done 2 bags and I'm thinking I'm not going to put it in on this one because I've got to make sure I can still knock out 2 bags without putting anything in to slow it down. Who's that? Martin. Hello, mate. Nice to see you, bruv. Nice to see you. Better late than never, brother. Better late than never. Look, we got your Grace in the front of the screen, mate. Still in the lovely sunshine. You're definitely coming to Edinburgh, mate, aren't you, Martin? Jamie, the client of Michael. Medium course. James, it was me last time, both being busy. Nice one, James, nice one, mate. James, looking to sort the dates out this year for the meet-up. Okay, mate, we're going on from the 20th onwards, which is when most of the guys are going anyway. I'm going to be there because I think the 20th is a Monday, and I'll be there till Friday. Well, that's how long I booked into the hostel for. I've still got to book the flight for the Edinburgh. I booked my flight to pop to Spain to see my sister on her birthday. Stu, I'm actually putting a very small amount of extra time into the second coat as I find it hardly. Oh, hang on. Because I find I use hardly any water at all on Trout. Yeah, Stu, there's probably techniques we could where you can kind of mess about with thinking, you know what, I'm going to put a little bit of half time or extra time in the second coat and see what happens. And if it means you can start sort of troweling up. I mean, I'm realising I'm starting to use quite a bit less water because I'm only using the spray mostly anyway, apart from taking me brushes around the internals and corners and stuff. And I'm doing a lot of my basic flat bits of the wall. I'm literally leaving under the metal blade of the speed skim. As long as you keep it flat and you don't start bending the blade with your fingers. As I say, I might tie up around the edges a little bit with my Marshalltown. But as you found on Fix the other day, mate, I hardly touch my Flexi, my Ultra Flex anymore. It sort of sits there. It comes out the pan, and I kind of think, I'll put that to one side because I might want to use that. But I end up not using it. Even when it comes to sort of giving something to polish, I kind of think, if there's a little nick in it, maybe. I'm very much using my Marshalltown mostly a lot of the time without messing about. Well, Marshalltown and my speed skims. But yeah, the old Ultra Flex isn't really coming out anymore. It might come out more often than my can't even remember the name of the bloody thing now. My Carter 101, is it? Yeah, my Carter. Yeah. I think that's up the garden somewhere. And Pete, where's Pete? Pete was on the old Discord after Plasterer a couple of days ago, chatting with one of the other guys. But hasn't been on here for a while. Even though I've got his lovely mug there over in the corner, just below old Kirk Giordano, and above our new slim boy Danny Arbuckle, or Danny Slim. I just might think I might call him from now on. Oh, hang on. Mark talking to. Who are you talking to there, Mark? Martin. Are you looking forward to the Northwest 200, Martin? What's the Northwest 200, Mark and Martin? Pardon me. Hi, Martin, it's on hold. Just sold our house, so all my plans are now on hold. Ow, Martin! Oh, no! Ooh. Oh, hang on. Oh, no, okay. Oh, for that. Okay, you're coming to Edinburgh, Martin. Okay, cool. I thought for a minute you were saying your plans were on hold for Edinburgh as well. Are you moving to a nicer, bigger house, mate, or are you downsizing? Michael, I'm going to join this year's sound day. Oh, hey, hang on. I'm going to join this year's sound day. Yeah, we are. We're all sound lads on here, mate. This is the community boozer. This is the old Alton Trout. This is where we come and have a bit of a chat. It's not overly busy, which is nice. So we can all have a bit of a, chitty chatty ding dang diddly doodly. Put your feet up, have a beer, have a cup of tea, have whatever you like, and just waffle a load of old rubbish. Waffle whatever you like. Talk about Martin, looks like BSB at Brands Hatch again. Oh, you're losing me now, bruv. You're losing me now. These racy things, are these bikes and cars going very fast? Is that what you and Mark are talking about? Oh, motorbike race. Okay, right, got it. Except Edinburgh. Oh, good, mate. So all your plans are on hold except Edinburgh, Martin. So Edinburgh's a definite whatever, even if like you're halfway between moving all your stuff from your old house to your new house. Bit of a crack every fortnight. Yeah, it is, mate. Yeah. It's not. I tell you, it's nice after we have been to Edinburgh as well. When we do an Ask the Plasterer, after that, it's not. It's because everyone's still in the like, hey, in a good old sound mood, and summer will be on its way as well, and everything in the world is rosy and lovely if you've got the right attitude. Yep. If you're waking up, as I said, if you're waking up in the morning, yeah, that's a plus. It's a plus. So you've got to make the most of it. Whatever. Martin, downsizing to Norfolk. Norfolk. So you're going more up north, mate? Because you're in a minute, Martin. You're further down south than anybody else, aren't you? Richard Paul Kirk. What's the next skin, Mark? Oh yeah, no. The next speed type skim thing I buy that's not called a speed skim. It will be an X skim. It's got looks. I saw. I've seen yours, Martin. I've seen Blaine's as well. It's much more ergonomic, as they say, on the old handle of that particular kind of spatula, as they call them. I call everything a speed skim, whatever brand it is. A bit like a Hoover. There's a vacuum cleaner in it. Hoover's the brand. But they do. Yeah, the old X skim does look really good. But it's basically it's one of them. James, I've also been polishing with my speed skim a lot lately with minimal. Comes out lovely and a lot quicker. I've got used to it. For my wet trousers yet, which I may give it a go too. Yeah, I mean, use. I mean, when I do a lot of flat. I do a lot of once I've got all my gear on. I do a lot of flattening with my plastic bladed skims, speed skims, because obviously, as I say, they kind of they open up the texture. They don't draw the water to the surface, so you don't start to get blistering or anything like that. And I get my second coat on, and again, once that starts to pick up, I'll take that out with with my plastic blade, not my metal blade, to the point where I might put a little bit of water on it and still use the plastic speed skim until I get the walls mostly how I want them, and then a bit of a spray, and then I'll finish them off with my metal blade. And the walls, they look bloody beautiful, if I do say so myself, at the end, to the point I don't want to put a trowel on them and spoil it. Dear. But yeah, my Ultraflex trowel is just not coming out anymore. Fantastic. I do use it if I do. I rarely patch anything up because I hate patching. I prefer to go into an internal if that's doable on a job. But but if you do have to blend a patch, then the Flexies, fantastic for getting that blend on the edge because of the way that they operate, shall we say. Whereas you can still get a bit of ripping with your Marshalltown if you're blending in. Oh yeah. Mark Rafina speed skin. Is it Rafina, the old X skin? Then Mark, was that what you've just said? Michael, any of you ever used the orange sponges for napping? It handy, just sponge and render. I mean, the sponge that I bought is orange. That's the only thing I can remember about it. Richard's going to have a look at the old X skin then. I like the twister trowel blade. Yeah, depending on when you get them, I found the old speed skims are getting a bit expensive. Definitely, if you're going to buy a speed skim, do not buy it in B&Q, because even the small one, it's about 60 quid in there. Oh dear! And after that, they just get silly. And I think even Selco is cheaper than that. Oh dear! I've had this microphone close enough to me gob hole for you to be able to hear me okay. If you've not been here before and you've just joined us, this is Ask the Plasterer. I'm Eric the Plasterer. I've been a plasterer in South London for the last 38 years. Not a lot I don't know about plastering, but generally we meet up here every other Monday, all going well, from about 7 o'clock to about 8:30. That's the Old Hawken Trail Community Boozer. Yeah, most of the guys, we all know each other, which is lovely. Got a great community going. We got you got Kirk doing his live streams on Sunday nights. Sometimes, like last night, he don't start till about 11. And then we got Joel on the Rendivate on a Wednesday. I think Joel starts at 7, goes on till whenever you like. 8, half 8, sometimes later. That's a great watch. I'm always there. Apart from this last week, I forgot or I missed it. And Stu on Trout Talk Lives. A lot of those are for the mentoring group. So yeah, you might be missing out if you're not on the mentoring group. So look at joining. Look at joining and learning more about the business end of being a spread. Because sometimes we just chase our tails from day one, which I've been doing for most of my career. Until Stu pointed me in a bit more sensible direction. There. So never told to learn. Never told to learn. Mark, what's that? Hang on, Richard. Never used a plastic speed skin. Thought I might have a go. And yet the prices of them these days, yeah, they are expensive, Richard, but definitely once you got them, I mean, if you look after them, which I don't very well, but I don't think it's just me. A plaster, no matter how clean you keep something, unless you're absolutely silly on it, that residue that just slowly builds up on the back of a trowel or on speed skims, to keep that at bay is yeah, quite hard. But yeah, if you're going to buy a speed skim, you don't just want a metal bladed speed skim, because you can't really flatten out. Because I find that I think the whole idea with speed skims, when you put your first coat on, it could go on quite rough, but you could straight away, if you've got a plastic blade, straight away you can rule that off. If you put a wall on and straight away you rule it off with a metal blade, the whole lot will blister and all the water will come to the surface, and you just yeah, don't do that. Whatever you do. Great, as I say, I finished a lot of my walls and ceilings now with the metal blade speed skim as the final trowel, with water obviously, but I'm spraying with water. I might use the water brush obviously around the corners and edges and internals, but yeah, you've got to have a plastic blade. And I've also found that although I built a 1200 speed skim, and I do use it on occasion, but then I drop back to my 600, is it 800, 900? I forget. I'm terrible with remembering what ones they are. The 900, the one that's about 1 metre long, is perfect for plastic and metal. The longer ones, in my opinion, I'd say don't bother. The really short one, it's only about the width, not much longer than a trowel anyway, but maybe good for getting around some narrower parts of a wall or around a socket or door frames or whatever. But yeah, the bigger speed skims, the longer ones, yeah, no, don't bother. 900s basically, plastic and the metal, and off you go. And the trowel, obviously, putting on the wall. Now, some of you might have seen my video, well, most of the guys, of me putting on a second coat with a speed skim, plastic speed skim. Not first coat, a second coat, and that came out lovely, I have to say. Michael, yeah, sponge skim breaks the sponge in for napping, doesn't leave lines. James, when you use your plastic speed skim for a wet trowel, would you spray the whole wall or ceiling? Oh, sorry, let's just jump then. Would you use the whole wall or ceiling? Sorry, mate, I've lost my the doodah that's going up. When you use plastic speed skim for a wet trowel, would you spray the whole wall or ceiling and start to trowel it off? When I'm using the plastic one, still, this is after I've done the second coat, and I'm starting to flatten off. The first time I'm spraying it with any water, I'm using my plastic speed skim on it to get it where I want it to be. And once that's picked up a bit more, which by the time you've gone over everything, especially if you put on a ceiling and a wall as well, by the time you've gone over both of those with the plastic one and water, then it's more or less getting to the point where you can spray it and then finish it off with the metal blade, because the metal blade is slightly more obviously more flexible than like a Marshall town would be, but because it's across a greater distance for finishing off for a wet trowel, as long as you don't start bending the blade with your fingers and you keep your hands on the handle, you get a beautiful flat finish. Dries lovely, looks lovely, and yeah, let's say once I've done it now, I used to cross trowel everything in the past. If I was doing the big wall, I'd do everything on it, even when I first had a speed skim, run that backwards, forwards, up and down, like with a metal blade at the end. But then I would still wet the wall and I would run cross troweling the whole thing to polish it up. I just don't do that anymore. I just go up, down and across with my water, with my metal blade at the end, and if I need to tie up the corners, I might go around the corners with my Marshalltown. And jobs are good and looks good. And like with a lot of things, the less you have to do to get a beautiful result at the end, you know, does it for me, does it for the customer. Win-win. Everybody's happy. Oh, pardon me. Mark, plastic in winter, metal in summer for us. Yeah, I mean, if something's going off fast, if I bonded something and I'm going to skim over that and it's picking up quickly, then I won't mess about with putting a plastic speed skim over it. I will wait until it is getting that pick up enough to spray it and then take the metal blade across it. Metal blade speed skim. Martin, does plastering into copper pipe work? Kitchen fitter wants me to plaster over them. I don't think so, mate. I've plastered over millions of copper pipes in my career. You know, might eat the copper over 50 years or 100 years, but I don't think there's anything corrosive towards copper within the gypsum or the retarders and stuff that are in the gypsum. So yeah, no, I wouldn't worry about that, mate. Most wires and pipes that I've plastered directly over hot pipes, cold pipes. And again, as long as they're not right near the surface, even if they're a hot pipe, it's never caused cracking issues for me. I do tend to say to my customers, look, if there's any kind of issues once I'm out of here and the job's done, call me. And you know, once you give them, if you offer that to people, if there's a problem if it's a really minor problem, they probably won't hassle you. But if there is a big problem, then it's better that they do come back to you and you keep a good reputation. You don't want to spoil your reputation for anything. At the end of the day, if you spent any of your career building up a decent reputation, you don't want something stupid spoiling it, because bad news travels a lot faster than good. Richard, my old man same uses metal blades to finish up with. He loves it. He's 70 now. Anything to ease the effort needed. Well, that'll be me in 9 years, mate. So yeah, and I'm pretty sure I will still be spreading when I'm 70. So yeah, so it's good that I've got the hang of the old metal blade for finishing now, speed skim. Because it does, yeah. Because it's a lot less single hand troweling if you can cover such a large area when you're troweling up with something that big, and you're using both your arms. You're not just, it's not just this one arm and your wrists taking all the getting completely knackered. So yeah, good on him, Richard. Mike Smiler, Smart me, Malmucker. Never used the metal speed. Yeah, did I read that, mate? Yeah, you need to get a metal speed skim, Mike. You're missing out all the work you do, mate. Yeah, if you get a 900 metal blade speed skim, Mike, and the next kind of wall you do, so you know what we're talking about here. The next wall you do, mate, that's not a huge wall, just a decent sized flat wall. Finish it off with water and a metal blade speed skim, no trowel, apart from if you need to tie it up around the internal. And look at the finish it gives you. And yeah, well, initially the first time I did it, I kind of thought, well, I'll still go over it with my trowel, which for a while I did do, but now so many of my walls, I just don't then go over them and start cross troweling with my trowel. I'll cross trowel with the speed skim, metal blade, up, down, left, right, but I won't then take my trowel across it to finish it, because there's no need. And obviously, if there are going to be any kind of things that even look like trowel lines, even though you can't feel them, rather than being that far apart, they're this far apart. So yeah, Mike, you can afford it, mate. Get yourself a mic. Get yourself a metal bladed speed skim. and give it a go, bruv. You'll never look back. You'll thank me for it. You'll thank me for it. You can buy me a drink in Edinburgh because you're that happy. whilst helping me sort out the ordering myself a nice big mac and fries and a fillet and some Coke at the old McDonald's machine, the automated machine. It's not a real human. Yeah. and then because it was there, Mike, when we was in that McDonald's. I'm pretty sure it was because it's happened to me before. When no receipt comes out, but I think you clocked the number of the receipt because I didn't even know what number I was waiting for my food to come up because it had run out of paper in the receipt. I don't know some of this new stuff. I'm pretty sure it was much better to go and just order it up at the counter. Because I worked in McDonald's when I was 18, 17. Oh, that's back in the day when there weren't very many McDonald's. Up in Marble Arch, that was. I was still just about finishing school, 5th year. But that's how long McDonald's have been around. Wow. Or in the UK. Right, Mark's replying to Michael there. Michael, it's really wet. You don't nap up here, just sponge with a magic sponge. James, your metal polish at the end, how much water do you use? Do you ever use no water to polish it? Using my metal blade speed skim, I'll always use some water to finish it off. Because I'm careful not to take the metal blade over it too early. So by the time I'm taking the metal blade speed skim across my nearly finished wall, it's more or less there. So it needs water. I couldn't, if I went over it without the water, I think it would drag, or it cause not such a nice finish without the water. Michael, I've served my time up at Donegal. I'm talking to Mark. Stu, do you have to wear the metal blade down it before finishing with the speed skim? To be honest with you, Stu, I don't know, because by the time I decided I was going to just try finishing with it, I'd probably worn it in a fair bit, but because they're quite a thin blade anyway, aren't they? So without buying a new metal blade and then trying to finish off with it and see what happens, I don't really know. But they are quite a thin blade, mate, aren't they? So I don't think they take a lot of wearing in anyway. I see they're like a giant flexi, but without the non-benefit. It's not the right word, because it's longer. It doesn't cause you an issue. Like I say, I don't use my Ultra Flex anymore because the flexibility is just too much in a small size trowel, as opposed to using that. But I don't know, mate. I think it would work fresh out the packet, but until I buy myself a new one, and then the next one I'm going to get is probably be one of those X skims, because I really like the look of the way the handle is designed compared to the speed skim handle. It's obviously grippable, but it doesn't look as comfortable as the X skim. Oh, pardon me. Mark's replying back to Michael that we're talking about over in the aisles there. Michael Corn had a great day up there. Right, didn't think McDonald's were open that long ago, Eric. They were, mate. They were. I am 61 now, right? And I worked in McDonald's in the Strand when I was 17. I can't remember what the rate was, but it was good. It was good. It was quite good money, which is why, like, when you were at school, if you got a job in McDonald's, it's quite easy to get. It's a good rate of pay, and yeah. I don't think there were many then. There was Marble Arch, the Strand where I was, near Embankment Station, and a few others, and then slowly as time went by they started opening up everywhere, all over the place. But is that now, mate? You like that one, mate, didn't you? You know, I don't get copyrighted for that one. The old "I'm drunk" song. No problems at all. But me old beer. Well, I put that copyright thing I got on the Discord server, didn't I? On the Ask the Plasterer. Oh dear, yeah. Like I said, they're welcome to my 12 pence, mate. Oh dear. Obviously, if I was Kirk, I'd be a bit more careful about what I was putting there, because you don't want them to stop any income coming in. But for the money my channel makes, mate, it's not worth worrying about. And it doesn't get banned. It's not a copyright strike, but it's just yeah. I go, oh, that's a copyrighted. It's not your song, the old beer. But the FU I'm drunk one, I don't get copyrighted on that. Perhaps the algorithmy computers can't pick it up. But yeah, we'll just keep this old pub playlist, mate, because it speaks the old Orphan Trout. It speaks Ask the Plasterer, and if we keep this going for however many years, then it's nice just as soon as you hear that sound, you kind of yep, we're in the old Orphan Trout, the community boozer, having a chat with lads and lasses. What's the time? Oh, 8:15 already. Oh, time flies when I'm talking a lot, doesn't it? Richard, that's it. With all these options on blades, trowels, it's all about timing, but then ain't plastering all about timing anyway. Yeah, it is, mate, yeah. It is. It doesn't matter what blades or trowels you're using, if you hit anything too early or too late, you're going to bugger it up. Oh dear. I think I put a post up. I think it's happened in between this Ask the Plasterer and the last one. That again, I had a customer that kind of came in and was kind of been recommended and want to work with you and all that. But can you reduce your price? And nothing winds me up more than anybody asking me if I can drop a price. I never drop a price. And I'm always very tempted to say, well, if you work this week for less than you worked last week at your job, mate, then I might consider it. Cheers, Michael. Yeah, I tried to keep fit, mate. I mean, I'm fortunate that I've kept my hair, but that's I don't know if that's thanks to me mum or me dad. My dad was pretty thin when he got older, but yeah. It's all about genes, mate. Isn't it? All about genes. Try and keep fit. As I say, I don't have any kind of joint issues, but I don't know if that's because I've kept fit over the years, or I just haven't worked hard enough. Because that is always a possibility. I just didn't kill myself when I was younger. So I said, I've been spreading for nearly 40 years, and you definitely get tired. Like I say, I don't. Rarely do I keep working constant whole weeks, because I like to make sure I've got gaps in between. I say to get organised for the next job, but I think it's just because I want a day off in between some of the jobs. I don't want to be rushing, and I don't want to be having to try and have to put jobs back because one's overrun, and then have to put everybody back a day and all that kind of stuff. So I'm fairly careful at how I plan stuff and what gaps I have in between jobs that I book in, so that I don't get an issue with that. And saying when I was younger, I obviously worked a bit harder and used to do weekends and stuff, but I won't do weekends now. Life's too short, and as Joel will tell you, once you start having kids, you get a completely different perspective on life, work-life balance and all that kind of gear. So yeah, let's face it, boys. At the end of the day, it's about being happy. I mean, if you want to work 7 days a week and it makes you really happy, then work 7 days a week. You know, it's no skin off my nose. No, I won't be doing it, but well, not anymore anyway. But yeah, it's nice to not have any physical issues, thank God. And like I say, bless the slab my hair, which makes me obviously look younger. Because I did a friend of mine a couple of years ago, about 15, well, probably longer than that, probably 20 years ago, he photoshopped me with just some hair at the sides and just made me bald. And man, I didn't like how it looked. It didn't suit me at all, because I haven't got a pretty shaped head. You know, some guys can carry it off. Well, most of the guys can carry it off because their head shape seems to be quite round and nice, and mine's more Frankenstein style. So kind of think, oh, if the hair wasn't there, mate, God dear, yeah, I wouldn't look much of a tree. I'd always be in a hat. Let's put it that way. I'd always be in a hat. And hats don't suit me either. Oh dear. Have you ever mixed hardwall and bonding together? Oh, I'll tell you what, mate. Hardwall. I never touch the stuff. It absolutely stinks of rotten egg. Horrible. If you want, if you like hardwall, I tell you what, get some bonding and put some extra time in it, and it'll be just like hardwall, but without the smell. And it's good to the last drop. You don't get any hard lumps in the bottom of your bonding if you whack some extra time in it. And I've also found, although it keeps the workability, if you ever put, it's not designed for that, but if you put a packet of extra time into a bag of bonding when you mix it up, it just stays lovely right to the end. You can bring it back if you need to, but once I've put it on, it's still, the last few ceilings I've done, it still picks up, starts changing colour in the same time as it normally does, and then I can shove my skim over the top and I'm done, and I don't waste any, because I found no matter how well, I've waffled this before, no matter how well up I've ever mixed bonding, this is what talking about working out of a tub as opposed to off a spot ball, that last little bit always starts to go lumpy in the bottom of every tub. But with some extra time in it, it doesn't do that, and you can bring it back and you can use it, but it's still, once it's up, it still goes, and beautiful. Rarely do I not use extra time in my bonding now. Which I say, it's not what it was designed for, but man, if it works, do it. After Edinburgh, you'll only have a little square left in the pub for your face self. This is true, mate. It's the more things that I could have put in here. I remember my missus, when I first redesigned this boozer, she went to me, oh, it's a bit busy and it's a bit fussy. Too many things. Got video over there, you got football video telly thing over in that corner, and but I thought, yeah, but it's a pub. You know, it's got to have the fire. It's got to have, most pubs, even though I don't follow football. You know, most pubs with geezers in have football and telly. So that's why I put that in there, just to give it that ambiance, to make it a proper community boozer. I've got Pedro, constantly mixing cocktails, which you don't often get in this kind of pub. But hey, it's we cater for everybody at the old Auckland Trail. But yeah, I'll have to start making myself smaller and smaller to be able to fit in. Yeah, because any of the new guys that come to Edinburgh, I'm probably going to put their pictures in here somewhere, and I can't make the screen any bigger than it is. Fair play, bonding slow sets, and you're banging extra time in it. First that one. Yeah, no, it's not. I don't say it's not a done thing, Richard. It's I can't remember why I tried it. I probably thought because I used to chuck out so much bonding and have to scrape my bucket out before not having a labourer, before knocking up my next one. I thought, oh, I'll stick some. You know, I've got quite a lot. I mean, if you're whacking on a load of bonding really quick on a big flat wall, like if you're floating it, fine. But if you've got a few tricky bits and you're going to mess about around some angles and some beads, but with bonding to build the thing out to what you want it to be, and you've mixed up a whole bag of it, you ain't going to get through that whole bag. And if you do, that last little bit's going to start going lumpy in the bottom, and end up getting, you know, you can't use it, and you end up having to scrape it all out and chuck it out before you can mix up another one. Whereas I put a packet of extra time in it, mate, and it just stays lovely and creamy. You got more time with it. Get to the end, and you completely empty the whole tub, so you don't waste any. And as I say, if it's going a little bit too stiff, you can bring it back nicely, finish off what you're doing, and it's still, for me anyway, it still just dries at the rate I'm used to, because I always bond and set Artex ceilings. I don't do a double skim or fixed skim or magic mix. I bond a ceiling because I have a way to have. I bond a ceiling because of the way I was taught. I bond a ceiling and then I skim a ceiling. And if that's all done in the same day, obviously you haven't got to PVA it again. And I found when I put the extra time in, it means I can get all my bonding used up. I don't waste any. My tub's nice and clean for the next mix. And it still goes off at the speed it's always done for me. And I can put my skim on and I can finish it, and everybody's happy. Well, I'm happy. Okay. I've got a clean tub, I've wasted no bonding, and it's still gone off, and I can still skim it, and I've done a lovely ceiling. I've gone over all the old Artex. And in the 38 years of bonding and skimming over Artex ceilings, probably a total in 5 of them have dropped down, and that's normally been because it's been Artexed over wallpaper. And as soon as it's been wallpapered, then it's been Artexed over. And other time, years back when it first happened to me, was just watering down my PVA too much. And for those of you that know me, I use neat PVA. It's cheap PVA, but it's still quite thick. I only water it down enough so it's nice and off me roller, not too sticky. But I don't do none of this 4 parts water to. What are you doing? What are you messing about? Don't mess about. Get your roller in there. Nice bit of neat bonding. Get it on. Let it dry completely if you can, and then skim over it and bond over it. Whatever you got to do. Comes out a treat. Comes out a treat. If you want to mess about more, then that's up to you. But I've just learned the best way I can to get jobs done quickly and nicely, and earn the money. Which at the end of the day, guys, you know, plastering can be fun, but after nearly 40 years, the fun part gets a little bit thin, and it's a job, and you need to earn that crust for you, your family, and to enjoy your life. So yeah, crack on. And yeah, everybody does different stuff that they get used to. Like I say, nobody's 100% right with what they do. I used to get guys, even when I was like earlier on plastering, younger guys going, "Oh, you can't do it like that, mate. You must do it like, oh no, you can't have a trowel that size. You can't. It's too big. It's too small. Your bonding's too thick. Your bonding's too thin. This is too thick. This is too thin. You shouldn't use that sealer. You should use this sealer." And if it works, just do it. Okay. If it works, do it. Right, now, play bonding side set there, yeah, that's time to do. Binding. You put binding there, Richard, was that meant to be bonding? Sorry, mate. Mark, half time for bonding. Half time for bonding. Oh yeah, half time for bonding, mate. I very rarely put that in. If I only use half time for bonding, if I'm going to mix up a small amount of bonding and I've got an area small enough that I can fill in as fast as is humanly possible. So I've done that before, where I've had to fill in the hole and it was going off so fast that I just about managed to fill the hole in, but it had gone, and I had to shave the front of it off, but which was doable. But wow, yeah, that I could skim over that in within not even 5 minutes. So I'm bonding in a great big hole, and 5 minutes later I was skimming over the wall that I'd done it in. So it's great for that. But wow, yeah, getting it if you're mixing up small, because I wouldn't want to put a whole packet of that in a whole mix because it goes off too fast for me. And they say mixing anything up with an accelerator in small amounts, because if a packet's designed to do a whole bag, then trying to guess if you're just going to do a little bucket of bonding or finish, guess how much you should take out of the sachet so it doesn't go too fast or too slow. Does take some practice. Oh dear. Oh. So mate, I reckon stuff sets your dip rock bonding in around 35 minutes. Get caught out with it. Yeah, that's why I've never put a whole pack of that in a whole bag of bonding, Mark, because I would I'd end up with half a tub of rock hard bonding. Oh dear. Unless it was a huge hole that you could more or less put a whole bag in straight away and kind of rule it off before it went. But again, I've said in the past, I did a little bonding behind a radiator. It's a silly little job once for a customer, and I thought, I won't bother. You know, a bit of bonding, it won't take that long to go off. And I didn't have any other jobs to go to after. It literally, I went for lunch, came back, it was still, and I go for lunch normally, came back and it was still soaking wet. And I don't know why. This bonding just took all day to go off. And it was only the size of underneath a bay of a window where the radiator was going to go back on it afterwards. And I thought, no, next time that's definitely going to have some accelerator in it. Some easy mix, so yeah. Bond and Artex, Richard, Bond and Set Artex, done that for years. Yes mate, yeah. I've moved on to Magic Mix these days, but I hear you. SBR versus PVA for me, I use SBR now only. Yeah, Kirk swears by SBR. And I only think I've never used to buy it because it was too expensive as far as I was concerned. Cheap PVA was all I was interested in, and because cheap PVA kind of always worked for me, I've always thought, yeah, because again, when I listen to Kirk, he'll sort of say, "Oh, but if you are, it's true. If you go past an area with PVA, for if you are going to patch something up and you're blending, then when the decorator does come to paint it, if there's some PVA that's not got any plaster over it, can cause the decorator a few issues. But a good decorator can get over, obviously." And Kirk does reckon that he's like it goes off pretty rapid. But I've found, even through the winter this year, that as I say, I use neat PVA. And today I did a kitchen ceiling, a window wall, and the wall next to that, and put neat PVA on the whole lot. And by the time I was getting ready to mix up my gear, it was dry to touch, which is how I like working on it. And yeah, so I kind of think, why would I bother spending the money on the SBR? But again, like you, mate, if I started using the Magic Mix and thought, you know what, this is a bit easier for whatever reason, or you know what, this SBR is a bit better, then I would probably do the same as you, mate, and change over to that. But because I've done it for so long and I've got used to it and I've never had a problem with it, I think, I think what's the point of changing it now? Especially if the gear's going to cost me more money. So, but yeah. Richard must be using different bonding. Takes 3 hours to firm up. 3 hours? What are you doing to it, man? Or perhaps I don't realise how slow I am, and it's taking me 3 hours to put it on the wall or the ceiling. I think, yeah, I'm getting old, but I've still got it. I think, oh yeah, but it took me 3 hours to put that gear up on the ceiling. Oh dear. Mark mixed a drop up to set 5Bs. Got one on. Yeah, mate, I've been there. Yeah, I suppose Jamie, SBR goes a bit further, mate, because it's quite a thin, from what I see anyway, quite a thin gear, isn't it? There's something else Kirk said about SBR that I thought, oh, I wouldn't like that. I can't remember what it was. I've used SBR as an additive in a render for a bit of pebble dashing. I didn't buy it, the customer had it, so I thought, well, yeah, I'll use it. Michael Rogers, how much is half time and extra time? Never used it before. You never used it, Michael? I mean, guys go on about, oh, you can put cream of tartar in your plaster and all the rest of it, but because the packets are, they work the same every time. If I put a packet of extra time in a bag of finish, basically I've got an extra hour, and that's always it's always an extra hour, give or take a small amount. It doesn't vary. You don't think, oh, actually this one is going off quicker, I put a bit too much in, or it's not the formula of it seems to be really good. And I found, like I say, as I got older, initially, I mean, I could like mix up a couple of bags of skim and do a massive hall stairs and landing stairwell wall, and go up a bit, go around the corner at the bottom with no additives to slow it down, and didn't break a sweat doing it. But then I found, as I got older and I got used to using it, that I could do the same kind of jobs, but I could just go a bit slower, rather than nearly trying to, like, starting to break a sweat. And you just got to be a bit careful you don't get too lazy and think, oh yeah, I'll just keep putting it in because I don't want to rush, you know. It depends. Some guys can't, well, how fast can I get in and out of this job? But yeah, if you get in and out of a job fast and you're happy doing that, and you've got the energy for it, and you still leave a nice finish, and you leave the place spotless for the customer, then crack on. But if rushing makes anything not as good as it might be, then it's not a good thing to do. Mark, SBR is a waterproofer too. Makes sand cement hard design. Oh, it was just as well I put some in that render I did for a pebble dash for a customer there, mate. It was one of me subscribers, the guy that was one of my subscribers that bought an house next door to his house, and he wanted to rent it out, and he was trying to plaster it all himself. But he quickly realised that if you're going to try and learn to plaster from scratch, trying to do a whole house is going to take you forever. And fortunately, he was quite near to me, and I went over there and I gave him day work on it. It was difficult to price up, and yeah, we got that cracked out, and he was very happy, as was I. Actually, I ended up doing quite a bit of rendering on the outside of that as well. That's probably the last bit of rendering I did recently for the old sand and cement. Oh dear, excuse me. Oh, it's time I wasn't here. Hang on. How much did I do? Right, reply to Michael. Yeah, it's about £2 a sachet. Yeah. Thanks, Mark. Oh dear. Jamie, SBR costs more, goes further. Yes, SBR is waterproof. Yep. Jamie, why are you talking about pasta? Love reading the caption. Who's talking about pasta? Is that someone's spelling, or is it my accent? Oh, is the captions coming up on? Oh, you can have, yeah. I don't get them coming up on this, but I suppose you can have captions like it does, where it just reads what I'm saying. It makes up all kinds of stuff when it's not quite sure what you've said. I notice that when I'm watching Joel's live and his captions are coming up, or Kirk's for that matter, and you kind of think, that's not what he just said. So yeah, pasta. Hey. Oh blimey, Danny, it's better late than never, mate. It's knocking off time nearly for me. I need to go and have some proper dinner. Having a digestive with a bit of cheddar cheese on it just doesn't quite cut it. Oh, right, where are we? Danny, sorry I missed it, mate. Yeah, well, we're just about still going, mate. I've inherited 3 kids all of a sudden, and that's not including my own. Oh, mate, don't tell me your beautiful new girlfriend has got 3 kids as a present for you. Oh, mate, well, good luck with that if that is the case. And you're not just babysitting. Oh, bruv. You're still coming to Edinburgh though, mate, ain't you? New missus and 3 kids or not? Otherwise, a lot of us will be sorely disappointed. But I'm sure you're not going to let us down, bro. Yeah, you're only saying SBR all the way because you love Kirk. Sorry, Kirk. Sorry, Danny. SBR, we found it. SBR, we found it through sand, cement, and damp work. Just moved into general plastering. Like the results myself, did you say? Mate, speak to time. Yeah. Yes, Danny Arbuckle. Are you back out, matey? Where's he been? Has he been locked? Has he been locked up? SBR all the way. Yeah, alright then. You can use the SBR if you want, mate. Yeah, you can use SBR if you want. The only time I'd use SBR is if I went on a job with Danny and Kirk, because they'd be supplying it. Because I'd turn up with me PVA and they'll go, oh, no, mate, we use SBR. Oh yeah. Danny, yeah, 13, 7 and 5. Wow! That'd be a nice break for me. Nothing stopping me from Edinburgh. Good lad. That's what I like to hear. Tom, my darling. Even though late joining again, sorry. Ah, baby, I'm going to knock off in a minute as well. But you can watch the catch up. You haven't missed much. Well, it's been a good night. We had a good old waffle. I say we've had a good old waffle. I've had a good old waffle. It's nice. We've had a lot of people typing in comments this evening, which makes it easier for me to waffle, which has been fun. Yeah, Danny, I don't know what Mark means by that, but no, I ain't being knocked up, surprisingly enough. yeah, what did you mean, Mark, when you said that about Danny? Mark Rogers. Is that Kirk Johnson, the plasterer you're talking about? Of course, mate. Look, he's in my boozer. Look, he's here. There's old Kirky boy. Can you see him? Hey, his lovely smiley face. Yeah, the one and only superstar, YouTuber, influencer, extraordinaire, making Blaine a little bit nervous as he speeds up the subscriber chart with 38. Soon be on the 40,000 subscribers, and and good luck to him, mate. Good luck to him. I've loved watching Kirk's channel go from when he started up to it's just, you know. He covers all the bases, mate. He covers all the bases. He's great. I'm at most of his lives, and yeah. Actually, there's not a video that Kirk puts up that I don't watch. They are great. Yeah, movie star Kirk Johnson, the plasterer. without a doubt. He's a lovely guy, Kirk. He's a lovely guy. Where's his art on his sleeve? He's a proper diamond gazer. Proper diamond geezer, as we say down south. Feels good to be back on the diddly. 30 inches. I don't like using a trowel that's too short that way, because I think you got so many times you got to kind of use it to get gear on the wall. I don't know, obviously that 18-inch blooming monster ox thing I've got, I only use for skimming, and because I did do a bit of bonding with it, but wow, yeah, it does kill your wrist. but yeah, 13 just feels a little bit. I mean, yeah, by 5 it's okay, but 13 just feels a little bit too stumpy for me. I'd always be whacking the heel of it on the hawk, but I'm so used to using a longer trowel. Richard, hello mate. I hope you're coming as well as your brother, hopefully, to Edinburgh this year, mate. It'd be lovely to see you both. We could have a few laughs with you two if you're still carrying the same like hair and beards or no beards or whatever the fashion is at the minute. And yeah, I think we could have a bit of a crack. But nice to see you, mate. Danny replying to Mark. Yes, mate. Feels good to be back on the trail. Oh yeah. 14 for me. Yeah, see, at least Mark's using an extra inch more than yours, Danny. So, I don't know. Not that I want to do any plastering where we're in Edinburgh, but it would be nice to be able to, if we could all go in just one big room together with some labourers and just all spread a room together. About different techniques and experiences, and see how it all turns out at the end. Probably not very well if we were in Edinburgh and we were drinking the beer beforehand. Beer. Oh, it's me copyright song is on. Apparently some parts of the country it mutes it, but where? Obviously not in Ireland, Mark. It still plays there, doesn't it? Oh, beer. Hang on, I've got to stretch. Next a bit. Do the old Tony Robbins energy thing. Ooh, yeah! He goes. I don't know if he's painting this, he's doing that. You go, oh, you can't do that in your videos, mate. You'll get a copyright. That's a Tony Robbins theme. Multi-billionaire and life coach. Oh dear. Beer. That's it, mate. That's it. Another 12 pence I've blooming lost. Oh, no wonder life's getting so hard. Oh dear. Richard Plasterer's bunches of divas. All of us rock stars. Yeah, we are rock stars, mate. We are rock stars. We're undervalued by Joe Public out there. Yeah, I'll drop a few grand on a new suite, but when they want their whole house replastered, they're kind of like, how much is that? Yeah, come on, you want to put your expensive furniture in your house, you want your house to look pucker. So come on, plastering. I know it's inconvenient, you know. Us guys have slaved. We're wrecking our bodies for your pleasure, so that you can have a beautiful home to live in. No, it says home, not a house. It's a home. Oh, I must start smoking. Try and get rid of this cough. Right, boys and girls, it's been an absolute privilege and pleasure. Really enjoyed it. Thanks for tonight. It's been nice to get a good old chat going. Makes life so much easier for me, seeing as I've got to do most of the talking. But it's been fantastic. Thanks a lot. Have a lovely day tomorrow, boys and girls. I might speak to you later, Tara, if you're not too busy with Bubba. And yeah, have a good week, guys. I'll see the rest of you that on the Ask the Plasterer, the old Discord server. It's been going a while now, hasn't it? God dear. And yeah, on Trout Talk, obviously, the one and only Trout Talk. And yeah. Well, of course, I've got to look for me off button, haven't I? But but yeah, go and watch some rugby or whatever else might still be on the telly. And cheers, guys. Yeah, cheers, everyone. Cheers, fellas. Thanks for joining us tonight. And yeah, I'll see you in a fortnight's time. Back on here. All going well. God willing. Everybody have a lovely week. Right, come on, out. It's here somewhere. Stop streaming. That's the one. See you later.